Hello, my name is Martin Cowart, and welcome to Noonday Meditation and Contemplative Prayer Power Hour, where we everyday mystics come together at noon to love and support each other through this pandemic. Are you a person that worries about money? If you are, I can only imagine under this current financial crisis, a byproduct of COVID-19, probably the worst financial crisis in the history of the United States. It is going to be far, far more devastating than the Depression of the 20s. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a bad thing. Because it's all about a mindset. It all is about a mindset. I was a chronic worrier. I worried about money all of my life. As a matter of fact, it was fear that drove me to success. So much so that I became obsessed with money and fear. One day I was with my therapist in some of these dark times, and I was talking about my family history with money. And she said, you're not only have a fear of money, money terrorizes you. When I told her that my great-grandfather shot and killed his brother in self-defense over money, and he was one of the wealthiest men in the South. And his son, my grandfather, actually committed suicide in his late 60s, broke. And my parents argued about money their entire life. So there is no wonder that I had what's known as a scarcity mindset. As a matter of fact, I would say I had one of the worst cases of the scarcity mindset that's ever been. And that might be the reason why I'm doing what I do, because it is painful. And if you're one of those people who's been elevated to a place of scarcity and chronic worry about money, I want you to pay attention, because you don't have to be that way. Because this is what the scarcity mindset has to say. The scarcity mindset says there's a finite supply of resources. There's a finite supply of money. And you better do everything you can to get your share, because there's not enough to go around. And not only has that impacted how we live personally, but we have created economic structures built on that myth, built on that lie. And they're painful. And those structures could be what's imploding on its own pain. So while all those economic numbers and conditions may be indicating that we're going through a Great Depression, where we might go or where we may end up is free from the scarcity mindset. Because I am certain we're going to all survive this, because we have everything within us to create a new world. It has nothing to do with money. And when you begin to realize, when you unpack the lies that come with the scarcity mindset the way I did, and you begin to realize not only is the world infinite in resources, including money, that not only is abundance and prosperity something, it's not something to be achieved. It's what we are. We are born with that. It's what we come with. It's built into us when we come into the world. We are creators, and we are co-creators of the universe with the big creator. And he created us and you and the whole world with infinite resources to create and love and build a world, build a life for the betterment of others. So I will guarantee you, if you're willing to have the courage to do the work and look at your money story, if you're worried about money, if you're not worried about it, don't worry about it. But if you're one of those worried about money, how are you going to make it through this crisis? My invitation is to you is to stop, get still, and get to know who you are. Look at those stories. Where did you get those stories? And then ask yourself, are they true? Let me see who's here today. Oh, there's my good friend Courtney, and there's my dear friend Michael Manley. I hope y'all will comment today and add to the conversation today. Please do. We're talking about the difference between a scarcity mindset, and one of the things that people with a scarcity mindset do is we worry about money all the time. We spend so much time worrying about money, we don't have any energy to create to find a solution, because we're stuck in a lie. And the truth is, think about this. And when you unravel the lie and have the courage to step into the truth of who you are, you will realize that you have abundance beyond your wildest imagination. There is nothing lacking. The Creator did not create a universe of lack. So when you really begin to unpack the mentality, the belief system of the scarcity mindset, and to realize the truth, everything shifts. And then you can shift the way you think and the way you talk about money from a place of prosperity, from a place of abundance. Let's see what Courtney has to say. Exactly. Everything we desire already exists. I would say exactly, if the desire is coming from the heart. If the desire, if it's an egoic need to feel complete, that's a different conversation. But if your desire is a heart desire to create love, to create beauty, to align yourself, your body, your mind, and your soul, the center of the universe, that infinite source of power, then that is absolutely correct. And that's what alignment is. It's aligning our desires with the universe. That's what that is. It's about aligning our desires, because we all have egoic desires. I want to be rich and famous. I want to drive a nice car. I want to have pleasure. Those are byproducts. Those are byproducts. But if that's what you're seeking, I think we're gonna be let down. But I think when we tune into that frequency, when we align our heart's desires and our bodies to be well and healthy, you're absolutely correct. We are infinite beings. Actually, something Eckhart Tolle said the other day I thought was brilliant. He said, we're individual humans and one being. Think about that. We are individual humans and one being. So when we tap into that frequency and vibration, that one beingness, that one infinite beingness, absolutely. We have everything within us to create. We want to create. We want to create and evolve. We want to create things that are that serve the betterment of others. It's our human desire. That's a heart. That's living wholeheartedly in life. Before we go, before we get to the meditation, I don't really have a reading today, but I want to share something with you based on what Courtney said about how wealth is created. And think about it. Everything I'm going to mention is just all stuff that we create. We'll start with $1 and a bottle of water. Wealth is created by adding value, and we are valuable. So when we add ourselves, into the equation, we add value into the equation, we create more wealth and we create more money. So you have the water, I have the dollar. I'm thirsty. From my perspective, your bottle of water is more valuable to me than my dollar. From your perspective, my dollar is more valuable to you than the water. If we exchange the dollar for the water, we have created more value for both of us, and we have created more wealth in the world. And there is an infinite supply of that. There is an infinite supply of that. And that's abundance, broken down to a very simple illustration. If you're a money coach, like I am, and I have wisdom to impart on you, and you see the value in that wisdom, you may be willing to pay me a certain amount of money for me to share my wisdom with you. That's an exchange of value, because the wisdom to you is more valuable than the money. The wisdom that I have is valuable. It's also, I value the money more because I have the wisdom. And I want to serve that to you. I want to share that with you in exchange for money as an expression of love. You see the difference in this type of economic structure versus the old way where money was a form of reward and punishment? It's money can become an exchange of love. Exactly. Because money can be a symbol of abundance and prosperity of what we are, and we are love. So when you line all that up into your activity during the day, everything changes. And the world changes. And we can recreate economic structures and economic systems grounded in that truth, grounded in prosperity, that benefit everyone. And that's what we're part of. That's what we come here together for. To let that old scarcity mindset, whether it's individual or collectively, from our economic systems, dissolve, perish. So out of the ashes of that, we create something more beautiful, more loving, more nurturing. So that we value everyone's life as precious. Everyone has the opportunity to live a life of love, joy, and prosperity. We have to start with ourselves and get clean and clear with our own sort of money stories the way I did. We have to clean up our own scarcity mindset. We have to own where we have to own where we're part of the problem. And that takes courage. But I will tell you this, once you own and take responsibility for being part of the problem, then you get to enjoy the privilege and the responsibility of being part of the solution. That's what I got for you today. I don't have a reading today, because this is really the core of what I talk about. This is the core of prosperity planning, the core of prosperity coaching. Because when I discovered that how to solve my money problems was not in some external timeline, and as a traditional financial planner, I tried and tried and tried, but there is no financial freedom in those models. It's an inside job. And it's freedom. And when you can free yourself of the egoic fears of scarcity, that great big lie, the entire universe will open up for you. It's already there. You just have to claim it. As Courtney says, it's already done. You're already it. You are already abundant. You are already love. You are already joy. There is nothing you have to do to get there except let go of a story that tells you you're not. Okay, how's that? Yes, exchange for love. Anybody else got anything they want to add? Courtney, you want to add something before we meditate? It wouldn't life be more exciting? Isn't life more exciting, Courtney? I know Courtney and I, we're friends. We put together. We're the ones that created the Financial Mystic Sanctuary Facebook group together. We're doing some other projects together as well. And I know that her life is certainly more exciting. And I know everyone that I work with, life is more exciting. And a lot of people I don't work with. Everyone who's begun to accept the truth of who they are and have begun creating a life from that truth are living very exciting lives right here in the middle of COVID-19. So that's my encouragement. Let go of the old story. Let go of the old paranoia. Let go of the old scarcity mindset. So take some courage. You can't do it by yourself. I guess you could, but it'd be hard. I certainly couldn't have gotten through mine without my spiritual teacher. That's for certain. So let's set the timer today and get right to meditation. So the timer, this is how it works. Never a dull moment. That is, I'm going to tell you a true story. I'm trying to put together some stuff through a company called ClickFunnels. It's about how to market on the internet, and it's a phenomenal company. But there are technical things that I'm just not good at. And I was up, they're not working. So the whole system network, they get all these technical issues resolved. And I was up last night till about 11 o'clock trying to resolve these things. And I finally went to bed. And I couldn't sleep. And Presence was saying, get up. Go get some help. Get up. You're not going to sleep. She wouldn't let me go. Joy would not let, the Divine Mother would not let me sleep until I got up and solved this problem. And I didn't know how, but she kept saying, get some help. So there's a thing called on ClickFunnels called Funnel Rolodex, where you can type in what you need help with, and people will come up and they will give you some help. They will offer, they'll charge you, but they'll charge if you need help with Facebook advertising. So I put in what I needed help with. And lo and behold, about 5 people, experts in this field, came up willing to help me at a very reasonable cost, like $20. And so I wrote them a letter. I hired them. This morning I got an email from them. Said, I can fix this for you. Happy to. That is letting go. That's it. That's presence working in real life. That's exciting. I mean, she would not let me sleep until I got up and fixed this problem. Never a dull moment. I'm more aware of the scarcity mind, and often it comes from others to us. Yes, we learn it. We learn it because we live in this toxic pool of scarcity. I mean, I would say we live in, the pandemic of scarcity has been around longer than the pandemic itself. It has created a tremendous amount of pain and suffering. And I think it's the pandemic itself that's caused us to stop and go inside and have this financial crisis for it to implode. So as you say, often comes from others. So if it comes from others, if someone's giving it to you, there's a good chance that you're giving it to someone else. So that's what I'm saying is if we can learn to resolve that conflict within ourselves to the truth, then we can give an abundance mindset to others. And that's what we're doing. Yeah, it's a practice. That's what we do. It is a practice. A spirit. That's why spiritual principles are what we use to solve financial problems, and that's a practice. Like last night, I just basically prayed about the problem, And Joy says, well, get up and ask for some help. So I did. And in minutes, I had someone helping me resolve this very simple problem. I woke up this morning, so I'd be happy to help. Send me this, this, and this. A spiritual principle resolving a financial crisis. That's what this is about. That's what all of this is about, from my perspective. Yes, it's an interesting topic. It's a topic near and dear to my heart, Mary Jo. This is my cousin, Mary Cowart, in the South. It's nice that you joined us today. Yeah, I mean, I think that, and that's also what's really coming up around this whole, from the political perspective. You've got a choice. Either we're going to protect our money or protect our lives. And you can hear it, you can see it, and it's painful to watch some politicians and some people on television so worried about their money that they're willing to let people, no one should, there's no reason any one person needs to die or be suffering from a lack of money right now. Because of money. Let go of the money. Let go of the old story where I want to tell the politicians and the people in power. We can recreate it. Like Courtney just says, everything already exists. We just need to recreate it. But if we're not here, who's going to create the money? So don't worry about it. Government needs to give out enough money to get people, to keep things stimulated, to keep people alive, keep food in people's mouths, and shelter and clothes. And we have the resources. The government has the resources. Of course we do. And we can kill off this old economic structure, this old system that's so painful. We'll create a world of abundance like the world has never seen before. And that is exciting. That is really exciting. It is exciting. We're doing it. It's happening in the present moment. We are doing this in the moment. It's the only place you can do it, as a matter of fact. The only thing there is the present moment, the now. This is how we manifest. We manifest the future, like Abraham Lincoln said. The best way to predict the future is to create it. What do you want to create? I'm going to set the timer, and we are going to meditate. Allow yourself to get still. First, raise your hands in the air, and I want you as you raise them up, I want you to feel the life force that raised your hands up. And feel that life force throughout your body. That is your aliveness. Yes, your muscles raised your arms, but what was the source of power behind it? Life. Life. Feel the life radiating in your body. As we take this time to align our bodies and our souls and our mind with the universe, with the creator of the universe. Yeah. Feel that alignment. Feel the aliveness in your body from the top of your head to your toes. It actually extends beyond your body. It's everywhere. We're swimming in it. It's what we are. So allow yourself to even get more still. Quiet the mind. Quiet the drama queen inside ourselves. Any stories or beliefs or opinions you might be having, welcome them and let them go. Enjoy the deep silence within you. And when the interval bell rings, allow it to wake you up from a trance you might find yourself in. And follow the vibration deeper inside your body. Allow yourself to just breathe for a moment. We'll practice a little bit of mindful breathing. And that's very simple. You just focus your mind on your breathing. And you might want to focus on your breath when it's natural. And then you might make it a little longer on the inhale and a little longer on the exhale. To create your focus, you might want to add some numbers to it. Becoming present to the breath is one way of coming present to the now. Allowing that presence to be seen and heard. Allow the bell to wake you up from your trance and feel the vibration deeper inside your body. Welcome back. How was your journey inside? Anything you want to add to the chat room? Are you present to the now? Are you still thinking about things in the past and projecting them into the future? We do that. That's what we do. We're human. But if we can just get little tiny snippets of breaks between thought, those little pauses, they'll get wider and wider. Always glad to have you present. Late or not late. I'm glad to have you here, Mindy. Always a pleasure. Thank you for being here. I have a suggestion for you today. This is a power hour, and to make the most use out of this power, I get a whole hour out of it. If you don't have a journal, I think most of you probably do have a journal and you keep a journal. If you don't have one, I highly recommend it. I have one somewhere. I think my computer's sitting on it to give it some height right now, but I write in my journal every day, and I have for years. And today, I might encourage you to write about where scarcity is in your life. What beliefs do you have around lack and not enough that are holding you back? Write about them and then question them. Are they true? How does it make you feel? And who would you be without that story? Who would you be if you were to step into the truth of prosperity and abundance? Who are you? And what's your purpose? Because when you discover who you are and what you are, your purpose will be clear. Because you'll be in alignment with the truth. And Jesus said, the truth will set you free. Free from what? Free from fear. Free from the egoic mind that keeps us limited. So what would you do in this practice if you were free to do exactly what your heart desired? Today. In the next moment. Get out your journal and write a little bit about that. Great being with you today, as always. Please come back again tomorrow. And until then, may love and prosperity prevail. Thank you so much for being here. Could not get through this without you. Thank you.